Port Washington, New York, Schreiber High School in Long Island's Nassau County is in the heart of Representative George Santos' 3rd Congressional District.
I think he's an embarrassment and a pathological liar.
We sit down with a group of AP US History students at Schreiber High. They are 16 and 17, which means they will all be old enough to vote in 2024. How many of you would register as an independent if you register today? How many of you would register as a Democrat? How many of you would register as a Republican? Their history teacher estimates Republican-leaning students are outnumbered by Democratic-leaning students by an almost 2-to-1 margin at the school. But
I haven't found one kid who is sympathetic to George Santos. They know the importance of the numbers in the House of Representatives, and although Santos represents them for issues that they agree on, they don't have sympathy toward the man.
16-year-old Tej Parek is one of the future Democrats.
I think it's a very scary situation for us, having someone who's so clearly lied and so clearly fabricated his entire resume, representing all of us.
16-year-old Nathan Jackman is one of the future Republicans.
I like how the Nassau GOP came out against him, but obviously Kevin McCarthy should come out against him, and they should have a vote on the House floor in order to expel him from Congress.
We asked the teacher if we could watch a class discussion about Santos.
It definitely places some mistrust on your political party.
These are junior AP students.
First of all, what is your initial reaction to knowing that your representative's integrity has been called into question? Romero.
It's kind of shocking because how could you trust them? If you can lie about just like your life and everything you've done, how can you trust them to do the right thing?
How are his lies perhaps different than others, or is it fair game to lie in politics?
I think one of the worst things that he lied about, in my opinion, is lying about the origin of his family, being that they were from they were survivors of the Holocaust.
Well, I think that it's an obvious choice given that we live in a community where there's lots of Jewish people. We live in New York, that's where 9/11 happened. He's using things directly correlated to our lives to make himself sound better because we have emotional attachment to these events.
Especially in politics, like your reputation's always going to stick with you. Everyone's going to remember him as, oh, he's the guy that lied about everything and still got into Congress.
Has it gotten to a point in politics where we don't really care about integrity?
Well, you think about it with, because we'll be applying to colleges soon. If a college found out that we lied about everything on our application, they would immediately kick us out, but he lied about everything and he's gonna get to say it, so it's like we're being held to a higher standard of integrity than politicians in this country.
Before we leave Schreiber High, we ask our panel of students this question. You're a constituent of Congressman Santos. If you could say one thing to him, what would you say to him?
I just want to know why he felt the need to do all this.
What would you say to him?
If you really want to represent our district and you care about the voters and the people, you should resign.
What would you say?
Resign to keep democracy working properly.
You?
Apologize and resign now. It's enough.
You?
For the good of the constituents of New York's 3rd, resign.
You?
For your district and for your party, resign.
You?
Step down.